Darshan Pagrani to continue. 2 overs bowled, only 5 runs conceded. Looks to have finally settled into a nice line and length. Sardar Behzad not looking comfortable against him at all.
Well, Darshan has a lot of experience bowling on these wickets. He plays the League of Mammoth tournament, which happens here every Friday.
Cut away nicely by Behzad, but straight to point. That was an opportunity not availed.
Yes, he does have that tendency to bowl a little bit short, but a very confident lad. And again, very good leg spinner.
Oh, big full toss and edged away to the keeper unbelievably. Sardar Behzad perhaps in 2 minds on which shot to play.
Well, it's that in between required target. As we see, that last delivery was a full toss. He's completely missed that. If that would have hit the inside edge, might have gone directly onto the stumps. So everything happening in this run chase for Sharjah.
This time tucked away to fine leg. They're pushing for 2. And they will get it relatively easily. Good running there by Sardar Behzad to get off the mark.
Yeah, Rizwan is a bit tentative between the wickets. We saw that with that run out of Ikram. But Sardar had his eyes on the ball. Calls his partner for 2. Good running between the wickets.
Nicely cut away past the point region. Mohammad Hassan giving chase. Sardar Behzad scampering through for 2.
Well, Darshan bowling a little bit short. He's got the wind supporting him. He has to support Ronak here, but getting him a wicket. 1 wicket here will expose a very inexperienced batting lineup with the 2 under-19 kids, Ahmed and Ayan, to come.
Better delivery there from Darshan to end the over. 23 overs gone, 115 for 5. Jash Gainani to continue. Slip in place. Ronak Panoli needs to be on the ball here. Needs to keep his bowlers interested. Don't let the Sharjah batters settle into a rhythm. Lofted shot from Rizwan CP over extra cover. But it will pull up. Long off gets around to it. He's executing some very difficult technical shots and not getting just reward though.
Yeah, the outfield is quite heavy. We've seen that in the past few games. The ball does not go to the boundary as quickly as some of the other grounds here in the UAE. But he is playing some really good looking shots, as you mentioned. Very good technically, Rizwan.
Very solidly behind that one. Not giving the bowler any chance of picking up an outside edge. Getting to the pitch of the ball. Full face of the bat. And that's good sportsman spirit shown there by Ahan Fernandez. A young chap upholding the spirit of cricket.
Well, he can tie Rizwan's feet together.
That's something you would definitely do.
with Rizwan batting the way he is, charging down the wicket and playing those extra cover lofts, definitely. Josh runs in again. Oh, that was really, really close. Very unlucky if you're a Dubai fan and extremely lucky if you're a Sharjah fan.
Once again, that hidden mic in the outfield. Just as I was praising his temperament and technique, he plays a ridiculous swipe across the line. And how that's missed the off stump, I cannot believe it. My goodness. Fired in this time by Jashkianani. This is a really, really interesting battle. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, he's bowling really well. Again, having taken to the cleaners by Umair Ali Khan, he's not let that bring his confidence down even one bit. Really, really well bowled the last two deliveries.
Nicely created that punch down the ground. Takes a single. This is why Rizwan CP is in the UAE national team. Really, really pleasant on the eye when he plays his shots straight down the ground and on the offside. Sardar Behzad, 4 of 11. Looked a bit edgy out there. Has been beaten outside his off stump for a few deliveries. Squeezes that away to point, but it's a dot ball to end the over. 24 overs gone, 118 for 5.
It's not about the hand you're dealt.
It's not about your opponent.
It's how you play the game. Do you play for glory?
Do you play for fame?
Or do you just play to win? Wolf777, where winners play.
We're back after the drinks break. Darshan continues. Short delivery. In the gap. Mid wicket for 4. There's a poor delivery. As I welcome my colleague Asim Sheikh into the commentary box.
Thank you, AB. And I think there was some words of wisdom that came in during the drinks break. And suddenly we see a change in the gear of Rizwan CP. 29 of 55 for him. And now his presence, both these batsmen have to stick around right till the end. It's just 58 runs away from sealing the show, yeah? But it's important for these two to stick around.
Well, we've been discussing this on and off. In almost every game, you lose wickets in a cluster. And this is the last recognized pair. No disrespect to Intizar, but these two are proper middle order batsmen. As Darshan again gives it a lot of flight. Beautiful looking cover drive by Rizwan. They only get that 1 run. That was a beautiful looking shot.
Well, he really loves to push it through to the covers. And now one thing which one really doesn't like. Well, that was an inside edge. Keeper was up bit early, I reckon. Could not hold on to it. And as a result, they will be able to run 2. Now, Rizwan CP is someone who loves to run his 2s, but not his opponents. This is a very, it's an observation over the years.
Well, that's extremely unlucky, Darshan. I think the impact was outside leg stump there. Maybe, or maybe missing leg.
Well,
Let's have a look. Ooh. Well, you can see the middle and off stump, so I think a good decision by umpire Shiju. But yes, you're absolutely right. No batsman wants to run for the other guy. If you're on 2, Sardar Bahzad plays it down to third man. They get 2 more runs.
now being the non-striker, look at the pace at which CP Rizwan is running. And Bahzad moves on to 8 of 15 deliveries, 25 overs. At halfway stage, the rate is pretty much okay here. 127 is what they have on the board, with half the side back in the pavilion. It should be an easy job for these two, but provided they don't lose any more wickets in clusters here.
Look at the ball, the batting guard, beg your pardon. Khalid Shah scoring 9. Rohan Mustafa with a brief cameo, 31 of 21 deliveries. Muhammad Ikram coming in at 3, surprisingly, scoring just 3 runs. Josh continues, having taken the wicket. The big hitter, Umair Ali Khan. Again, a very good looking shot, confident looking shot there by Rizwan. Takes a single of the first ball, gets off strike, and that's the experience, Asim. That's something that the young kids, even though they're bowling to him, can learn from.
Definitely. And Josh has been that X factor in the domestic circuit. He's been really prominent with his performances, and shared the new ball with Nilansh Keswani against that game against Phoenix Medicines. where they reduced them to just mere 56 runs in the Bukhatar League.
Yes, he had a very good Bukhatar League. There were a lot of question marks about the pitch at the Sharjah Stadium, which is a surprise because usually those are really batting friendly tracks. But the left arm spinners wreaked havoc that day. Again, swinging in rather than turning in from the left-handed left arm spinner, Josh.
Really like this field setup here. So there is a short catching cover. There is one extra cover inside the circle. There is a deep sweeper cover as well. And the two men behind square on the offside, they are a bit too square here.
It's really aggressive field placing by Dubai, and they do understand that they have to get Sharjah all out. If Sharjah bats 40 overs, they're chasing this down easily. So Dubai doesn't have a lot of time. They have to get that wicket somewhere.
And look at that beautiful shot coming in. I mean, getting the gap, piercing it. This is typical Rizwan CP. He likes to pierce gaps. And how beautifully did he do that?
Yeah, with 26 overs up, score 130 for 5. That term, threading the needle, can be used for the shot that he just played. Beautiful looking cover drive. There was a long off that saved the ball from going to the boundary. But you can see Rizwan CP playing a steady knock, 32 with 62 deliveries. Wasim Bari getting a good delivery, 8 of 13. And then that again, a cameo from Umair Ali Khan, the 33 of 23, changing the complexion of the game. The captain Ronak Panoli comes into bowl. He had a successful stint against Emirates Blues, taking wicket of Rudra. He must be looking to get that breakthrough for Dubai. He dropped an easy catch. No damage done though. Wasim Bari was out the next over.
Playing it with soft hands and rightly said no there by Rizwan CP. You can't be getting a single there of that delivery. 1-3-1 for 5. And this is the 27th over in progress.
In that flighted delivery, gripping from the wicket. So a lot on offer for the spinners.
Well, Sharjah, they have a very deep batting lineup and they have a typical batting lineup which can play these 50 overs if they bat first. Likes of Sardar Behzad, Rizwan CP, Ayan Khan for that matter, Ikram. So all these are typical 50 over format players who really like to settle down, take time initially and then play their shots around.
Well, we see that last ball, 1 run given in that Ronak Panoli over. Yes, you're absolutely spot on there, Asim. They do have a very strong, very deep batting lineup. The situation right now is that Dubai is 1 wicket away, and as you see the bowling card, who out of these can give Ronak that breakthrough? This is the last recognized pair of batsmen that Sharjah has, and then they've got the 2 under-19 stars in Ahmed Tariq and Ayan Khan, and then Intizar Ali and Zahid Ali.
Now, they bat till 11. They literally bat till 11. Zahid is a decent all-rounder as well towards the tail. And Jash Gyanani continuing here. In fact, I would want to see more of Lakshman Manjrekar coming in through, because Sardar Behzad, who likes to go onto the back foot and play a lot late, that factor of Manjrekar will come into play.
Well, they've stuck with Josh, even though he went for a few runs. Umair took him to task. It's been very interesting to see that the captain changing Lakshman after the 4 overs he bowled, and he got that crucial wicket over Wasim Bari. Josh comes in again. Oh, that's a ugly looking hoik.
Well, lands in no man's land, and this is something which is least expected out of these young chaps. Well, you really can't be getting away with these opportunities which the bowlers are forcing the batsmen to give it to them.
Yeah,
Look
well,
at that.
That's a nothing shot. And again, the field placing leaving a lot to be desired. Ronak Panoli going after the ball, and Josh visibly upset with his captain for that field positioning. It's very disappointing. It would have been a huge impact to the game had Rizwan CP lost his wicket. We'd like to see now Rizwan CP's approach, having given that opportunity, but Dubai didn't want that at all. Sardar Bahzad goes for a big hit. That's gone all the way over long off for a big 6.
He just wanted to counter attack because they were just getting onto the nerves, these bowlers.
That is a huge hit. It's with the wind, so the wind has helped Sardar Bahzad. That did land very close to the rope. A slightly straighter long off would have been in business, but the intentions are clear.
Certainly. Well, there was a nothing shot there, for sure.
A very good delivery that. Outside off, turning, and Bahzad wanted to, in two minds, wanted to cut, then wanted to glide, eventually did nothing.
Well, he had to wait a very long time to get this chance here, Abdurrahman. I would really make this point.
Yes, as we see the last ball of the over, where he did get a very good opportunity for Ajman. He's been extremely consistent on the domestic circuit, playing for Karwan Strikers for almost last 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. Him and his uncle Saqib Azim, who's another very good all-rounder.
Well, don't call him an uncle for sure.
Well,
Let's not get into relations, the literal ones.
It's his uncle, although they're just a few years apart. But that's how we've been introduced to Saqib. So, yeah, it's amazing to see again. You know, guys like Shah Nawaz, guys like Sardar Bahzad, guys like Bilal Chima, Amir Hamza, Muhammad Hassan, performing on the domestic circuit. Intizar Ali, Muhammad Ikram, Zishan Abid. All these guys are not in the camp. They're not part of the ECB structure as yet, but they're playing this tournament, getting that opportunity and showing what they're capable of.
Certainly, AB, these guys are actually given chances, even though it has come a bit late, but better late than never, as they say.
Another good-looking cover drive there by Rizwan. Slight misfield, but they take a single. Abdul Malik urging Rizwan to go for that second run. And again, Asim, I think the competition for the slots in the UAE team, as Ronak comes in and bowls again, straight down the ground for a single. Sardar making it look easy now. There's so much competition that yes, they might have missed their chance to don that grey, but they're still getting a lot of exposure on the national circuit. Sorry about that. And that's important with the UAE Premier League coming up. And again, a lot of opportunities for the domestic players to play good cricket. Good looking shot there, and again, really good fielding by the Dubai team. It's only going to get better from here. And that competition, that local competition, that domestic competition we keep talking about, is going to help improve the UAE players as well.
Now, one thing I need to add to it is there has to be a centralized scoring platform where all the matches happening in UAE, they are somehow linked and then pushed to ECB, wherein they have someone who keeps a track on the domestic circuit and what is happening in and around. Maybe have the division structure in place and then keep a tab on the higher level, a close watch on that, because that's not eventually happening, and that's where, you know, we come up with reasons that we are not really sure who is doing what, and then to be sure about that, we really need to have our systems in place.
Well, as the 29th over ends, with Sharjah 144 for 5, just 35 runs away from that final victory target. I did have a chat with Shah Hussain, the ECB development officer, and also with Andre Russell, the ECB development manager. And he did mention that the 4 councils, Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman and Abu Dhabi, are taking this very seriously. They have seen the exposure that the players are getting. They've seen the exposure the councils are getting, and they want to put in a structure and improve that structure by making sure that the ECB and the selectors, etc., get that information. He did mention Cricket Clubs as a website that they use for all their games. The matches for the D50 tournament are also being shown there if you want to follow it on the phone app. As we see a quick bowling change now, your wish coming true. Lakshman coming back to bowl. He bowled really well. 4 over 17 runs, just the one key wicket of Wasim Bari. Is it a little too late though, Asim?
Well, they wanted to pick wickets in clusters, and these singles weren't stopped. One of the main reasons why they are making it look so easy here is because these singles weren't stopped here.
Yeah, I think Sardar Bahzad, that tonk over long off, has made them think again. Oh, he's bowled him. Unbelievable shot there by Sardar Bahzad, in 2 minds whether to push at it or drive. Lakshman Manjrekar takes the crucial wicket, and Captain Asim calls it right. They should have brought him in earlier.
Well, this is the factor, Lakshman Manjrekar factor. In international, it was Manjrekar factor with the bat. In domestic, it's with the ball and with the bat. Sardar Bahzad making his way back, showed a bit of resilience alongside Rizwan CP, but making his way back. 17 or 27 for him, with Lakshman Manjrekar right on top of his game, picking up his second.
So absolutely, as we see the new batsman Intizar Ali walk in, he played a crucial knock against Fujairah, where he put a 50-run partnership with Akif Raja. So no mug with the bat, and he's been playing at the 7s for Mavericks for a very long time. So he knows the wicket, he knows the conditions, he knows this ground and its dimensions really well.
More importantly, you need to know the situation you are in.
Well, exactly 100% correct there, Asim. We've seen international players on their home grounds completely panic when the situation has been difficult.
Well, I would like to go back to my conversation with Rashid. He said that, I do not regret batting first. That decision, I still feel that that was correct. It's just that our executions weren't. And one of the executions which has went wrong for them is that they bowled way too many overs with the seam bowlers up front. They should have got in a spinner, probably start with a Jash or a Lakshman Manjrekar up front and try to see if there is some breakthrough coming through.
Well, to be fair, it was Amir Hamza who got the crucial wicket of Rohan, but he went for quite a few runs. And the spinners doing the job for Dubai the same way the spinners did the job for Sharjah. But again, batting first, if you win the toss and you bat first and you're going really well, had Dubai finished at 220, 230, Lakshman coming into bowl again, little bit short, not able to get that away. Had they scored that 220, 230 mark, this would have been a completely different chase altogether at this stage.
Well, let's get back to facts. And the facts tell us that they are around 30 runs short. And at the moment, the game is slightly in favor of Sharjah. They would probably need to sneak in a couple of more wickets here, especially if this man who's out there standing as the wall between them and the victory.
Last ball of the 30th over. That was a close one. Ball keeping a bit low, but Rizwan has been in there for 72 deliveries. He knows exactly how the pitch is behaving. 147 for 6 Sharjah. The end of the 30th over. Ronak Panoli comes into ball to Intizar Ali. Again, aggressive looking shot there by Intizar. Very poor captaincy here by Ronak. That long off. There's absolutely no reason to be deep. His new batsmen need to put some pressure, keep him on strike.
You definitely have to get your basics right. This time in the gap, ball is racing away towards extra cover boundary. And there is Abdul Malik, comes to the rescue, cuts it down, only a single there. In fact, a couple.
Well, again, a good looking shot there by Rizwan. It was in the air, but because of his aggressive shots, the field is spread out a little bit now. Abdul Malik having come all across from long off to extra cover to save that ball from passing the ropes. But they get two, and Rizwan, resolute, 42 of 73 deliveries. How good a knock has that been, Asim? Again, plays it inside out, down to long off for a single. Ronak Panoli running out of time to save this game for Dubai.
Just a casual appeal coming in from Ronak. He knew that he is never going to get that in his favor.
Well, unless and until he can turn a ball a mile and there's DRS, there's absolutely no way that ball is hitting the stumps. It did pitch outside leg.
Yeah, the equation ends there. You really can't be going beyond that.
Well, you know what, Asim? In a domestic match once, an umpire told me, as long as it's hitting the stumps, it doesn't matter where it pitched. And it's in the air, caught at extra cover. Unbelievable cricket there by Rizwan. He was looking extremely good. Haider Wasi Shah has taken a brilliant catch.
Now you have to show brilliance in the field to take a brilliant batsman out of the equation here. Rizwan CP, he was tried and he was pushed even further to go and play that uppish extra cover shot. He fell the bait to that bait, and there he goes, making his way back to the pavilion.
Well,
what a knock. 43 of 75 comes to an end.
Well, we've been talking about Ronak's captaincy, and he's learnt his lesson and learnt it really quick. The ball previous to that went to the boundary for 2 runs. He put a fielder there. moved extra cover a little bit more straighter. And the end result is a big wicket of Rizwan CP. With 30 runs still to get, Dubai will be feeling slightly confident here, is Asim.
Well, another wicket here, and that is of Ahmed Tariq, who is a genuine batsman. He's making his way to the center, followed by Ayan Khan, who is a batsman as well. And then there's Zahid, who knows a thing or two about batting. Now, this is going to be a really big ask from Dubai, but if they can somehow push this for to the final wicket or so, I mean, we have a drama which is going to be on.
Well, Asim, you mentioned the situational pressure and knowing the situation and playing in that situation. As we see, Ahmed Tariq makes his debut, and you are right, he is an opening batsman. He plays up the order. So does Ayan. But with 30 runs to get and just 4 wickets in hand, there is a lot of pressure on these young kids, a lot of expectations, a lot riding on their shoulders. The small young shoulders is going to be very interesting to watch. But you have to say some of the shot selection from Sharjah's senior players has been really poor, especially with the start that they got. Rohan playing that check pull shot, getting out. And then Umair, well, he plays that one way anyways. So 33 runs, but again going for that big 6. So Ronak comes into bowl, trying to aim for his pads. White ball.
Play for every run from here on, Ronak. Fight for every run. Let them earn it. Just not give it away. That's not the way about, my friend. It is Ahmed Tariq. Situational pressure here. Just defends it down. And that brings it over to the end. 31 gone. 153 for 7.
Lakshman coming into bowl, firing it at the pads. Intizar, very seasoned player, takes a single. Very interesting to see that he's given Ahmed Tariq strike to the new bowler. Obviously, it's not a test match, so he's not saving the tail, but maybe give an opportunity to Ahmed to settle in a little bit on the non-striker and see what's happening. So Lakshman comes into bowl again. Fired at the pads. Huge appeal. They run a quick leg by. So the runs are coming for Sharjah slowly but surely. They're just 25 runs away from victory as I welcome my friend Ahmed Khwaja into the com box.
Thank you very much, Abdur Rahman. I just stepped out for a few overs and you guys have caused a collapse. My goodness. Oh, leading edge there. My goodness. Intizar bowled really well in the early afternoon and now has to finish the game with the bat.
Well, that pad that he's pushing in front could be very dangerous. But aggressive looking shot there by Intizar. Down to deep cover.
Does well to save that boundary. Oh, could have been a half chance for a run out. So, how much is it? 25 runs remaining. Lakshman Manjrekar, 2 for 20 on the day. Excellent spell. Cut away, past point. Is going to race away. There should be at least 2 more here for Intizar. No! Just a single. My goodness, that's poor running.
Well, brilliant fielding on the other hand. But you're right. Poor running between the wickets. As Ahmed was looking for the second. So we see that replay. Cut that hard. A good chase by Vasi. Slides in this rough surface. Keeps them to 1.
Oh, whipping it away off the stumps. My goodness, very, very close. They're pushing for 2, and they will get it. So they're getting a move on, not wasting time to hunt down this target of 180, and that's the way to go, in my opinion.
Yeah, with 20 runs now just to get. It's very good to see Ahmed Tariq walk across the stumps and play that flick shot. It's a dangerous shot, but with the kid, and the confidence he has, he's willing to take that risk. As we look at that batting card, Rizwan CP very unlucky to have missed that 50.
Well, to be honest, I'm not that satisfied with Team Sharjah's approach. Only Rohan and Umair really looked to counter-attack the bowling. The rest just let the pressure build on them and eventually got out. This game should have been done and dusted a while ago. Instead, they're just crawling over the line. But getting the victory is what counts.
But they're still 20 runs away, and Dubai must be thinking to themselves that we're one wicket away from putting them under a lot of pressure.
Down the leg side, kicked away to square leg for a single. I think these two looked relatively comfortable against spin. Why not bring on Amir Hamza or Abdul Malik? Change it around. Let them think about it a bit.
Yeah, they've taken very easy singles, almost a runner ball, both of them. Solana comes into bowl again, gets the inside edge of the pad, almost hitting the pads. That would have been a loud appeal.
Playing very, very close to the body is Ahmed Tariq. My goodness.
Very good looking that. Confident. I had a small chat with him at the drinks break. They train every day. But again, they don't train for these situations. Good looking shot that.
"18 runs away from the winning score of 180. Ali Intizar over extra cover this time. The cover sweeper giving a desperate chase. Bit of a misfield. Oh, and it's gone for 4. Can you believe it?
But that's a poor effort at the boundary. He made up all that ground. Again, as we look at that good looking shot by Intizar, confident shot, goes over extra cover. But that outfield is slow. You have to give yourself the opportunity, and he's kicked it away. Fortunately, got there. This goal line clearance. That's still 4 runs.
We'll need VAR to check that one, but it looks like a goal. 14 runs required. Solidly behind that this time. End of the 33rd over, 166 for 7.
But that's again, you mentioned this. It's good to see this approach from Intizar and Ahmed. They're looking to run quick. They're not looking to dab the ball down and play dot balls. So we have a look at the bowling card. Abdul Malik, 6 overs 28. 5 overs 35 runs, and that 1 wicket for Amir Hamza, but we haven't seen him again. Lakshman used in 2 spells. 6 overs 25 for 2. He's taken the crucial wickets. Josh 8 overs 41, went for some tap, but took the big wicket of Umair Ali Khan. Darshan was solid in his approach as a leg spinner, very difficult to bowl in these conditions. And then Ronak Panoli, the captain, 4 over 17 runs, taking that solitary wicket of Rizwan CP.
And if you just think about it, Ali Intizar, he was not in the playing 11 of the first game that Sharjah lost. Came into the side, made crucial runs in the second game, and of course picked up wickets as Team Sharjah completely stifled the opposition. And today, another excellent spell, got a couple of wickets to his name, and he's making crucial runs, so he might have a shout for man of the match for today's performance.
Well, you ignore that man Rizwan CP and his 4-wicket haul. Josh bowls straight in the stumps. Again, well played by Ahmed Tariq. He took a 4-wicket haul and then got a crucial 43. So I think if Sharjah is across the line, we all know who the post-match ceremony we'll be talking to as he plays it down to short third man. Misfield by Lakshman, but they don't take a single. Poor running that again.
Very fair point, Abdur Rahman. Yes, indeed. Rizwan CP cleaned up the tail. 4 wickets to his name. And a patient 43 was well caught at extra cover. Ahmed Tariq has looked busy at the crease. I've liked his approach.
Yeah, absolutely. He looks very confident. Has a nice shuffle across.
Short ball cut away, but straight to backward point. So he's not letting the bowler settle into a rhythm. He's playing a shot on every ball. Has looked proactive at the crease. That's the way to approach a run chase.
When I had a chat with one of the guys from the ECB camp,
Well, you're having a lot of chats these days.
yeah, unfortunately, that's one of the parts of this job now. They were saying that there's a difference between intent and just poor batting. And you can see Ahmed Tariq batting with intent.
Excellent point, Abdur Rahman. Yes, indeed. The way the Dubai batters went about their innings, they were dead batting a lot of deliveries, not finding the gaps. And then when they got frustrated, they went for the big slogs and predictably gave away their wicket. That's been a very different approach from the more experienced, to be fair, Sharjah batting lineup. Even though guys like Behzad or even Khalid Shah, very poor execution of their innings, could have done a lot better. Mohammad Ikram as well, unfortunately, run out. But certainly some lessons to be learned for both young and old. In the 2021 Emirates D50, of course, they grow up on a steady diet of D10 and D20. So playing the longer formats, 100 overs, is a different kettle of fish, so to speak.
Yes, it tests your mental strength, your physical strength, your fitness. So for these young kids to play around the likes of Rizwan CP and Umair and Rohan Mustafa, great learning experience. So we have a small hold up with Dubai changing their bowling.
Looks like it's going to be a switch to seamers now. Abdul Malik doing his stretches. But it feels a little too late in my opinion. There he is on screen, Abdul Malik, number 12. He should have done that maybe 15 runs ago in my very honest opinion.
Yes, when they had gotten the wicket of Rizwan and Ahmed Tariq had walked in, at that stage, had he brought on Amir Hamza and Abdul Malik, it would have been interesting viewing the pace and the swing that's on offer on these wickets.
Absolutely true. We've seen Amir Hamza nip the ball around in whichever condition he comes into bowl. Now looking forward, Dubai have a match against the table toppers Fujairah coming up, and Sharjah will be taking on Ajman. So very, very important matches coming up for both sides to seal their spot in the semi-final stage.
Well, this performance from Dubai will give them a little bit of hope. They could upset a team like Fujairah or Sharjah if they can, Ajman, if they can just put some runs on the board. They have the bowling, they have the fielding to back it up. Is there batting that's been let down? We might see Shahrukh come back if he's feeling better. As Abdul Malik comes into bowl around the wicket.
So just taking a look at the fixture schedule of the D50. We're going to have an off day tomorrow, but we come back on Monday for Ajman versus Sharjah in the afternoon. So it's going to be a day-night game. Very, very exciting. And of course, this time we will be live on Dubai Sports, live on TV, Dubai Sports, Dubai Racing, and of course, the YouTube live stream is an ever-present. So it's going to be a historic day.
Abdul Malik comes into bowl again, a slower delivery. He struggled a little bit. It is extremely hot and humid outside. Much hotter than it was in the morning and even yesterday for that matter. It's very difficult as a fast bowler. As you mentioned, there's an off day tomorrow. He'll be looking forward to going home and getting into that ice bath. And those live matches on Dubai Sports, Dubai Racing, going to be fantastic viewing on TV.
Working it to point, but not quite fine enough to get a single. But Ahmed Tariq has looked very, very secure at the crease.
Yes, he looks really confident. He's right behind that ball, played it with soft hands. And again, he puts up videos of his batting on social media and asks people for their opinions, their coaches for the opinions.
Lovely flick over the top of square leg. They're pushing for 2, and they will pick it up quite easily.
Might see a 3.
Oh,
Brilliant
fantastic.
running there by Ahmed Tariq and Intizar.
And honestly, he has looked like the senior batter here right now.
Well, I am sure, knowing Rohan and his cricket intelligence, Ahmed Tariq will be batting much higher up the order in the next game that he plays. He has looked $1 million. A good looking shot there by Intizar. Played in the cover region. Lakshman has done the hard work, stopped it from going to the boundary. And they've taken 2.
Very gingerly across the surface was Lakshman Manjrekar. Has had a long day in the field, batted a fair few overs, then bowled a few overs, and now working hard in the field. Not a young spring chicken like he used to be. Like you when you were playing PS3 5 years ago.
Last ball of the over. He stopped that from hitting the stumps. Easy looking shot there. 35 overs done, 172 for 7. And Lakshman Manjrekar has done everything in this game. Taken wickets, taken a catch, scored some runs, hit 18 off an over. But still not enough to take his Dubai team to victory, I think.
Well, let's talk about that then, Abdurrahman. What are the changes that Dubai need to make in their approach or in their team selection, or maybe even their decision after the toss? What do you think they should do to bounce back in this tournament?
Well, I personally feel that every team winning the toss moving on will look to bat first, because the wicket does get slightly slower, slightly lower in the second half. We do have all the night games now, so there's no day matches anymore. It'll be interesting to see how the ball behaves under lights. We've seen batting get easier under lights. So again, that dilemma, do you bat in the heat and then field in the cool weather or cooler weather? Or do you bat second and chase a score down as Josh comes into bowl?
Well, if we think about it, their sole victory in the D50 was when they chased on the opening day of the tournament and against Abu Dhabi. They've lost to Alishan Sharfu, playing an outstanding innings, and they're on their way to lose this game as well. So perhaps they're more comfortable with the target in mind rather than batting first.
Oh, expansive looking shot there by Ahmed. Well, yes, that is something that the teams have to look at from their own personal balance perspective. You look at somebody like Sharjah, who always wants to bat first, and in Dubai, their strength and their weakness has been that experienced batting order. Guys like Bilal Chima, Amir Hamza, Hassan, Haider Wasi Shah, just not clicking as much as Lakshman. So you are absolutely right. It'll be very interesting to see Dubai's approach as another dot ball.
Because we've seen the trend going on in white ball cricket globally is a lot of sides are preferring to chase with a set target in mind, especially in franchise cricket.
He walks across, again, confident looking kid, unable to get it past the circle. And we have seen that the batting under lights is much easier. So yes, Dubai, I think they'll want Shah Rukh to come back, maybe bat up the order. Dot ball ended the over, 36 overs gone, 172 for 7. They'll probably want somebody like Ahan to play a lot more freely.
Tidy spell today from Jash Gyanani, 1 for 41, was hammered for a few sixes by Umair Ali Khan in that innings of 33 of 23, but has come back quite nicely into the game. And if we talk about the overall trend in the tournament, from my memory, Ajman has won a match chasing, as has Fujairah, as has Dubai. So, you know, there is a bit of method to the madness. Of course, we're going to have afternoon games, day-night games from this point on in the tournament. Will be very interesting to see what trends develop.
Yes, and most of the games are going to be on Oval 1 and Oval 2, where they have the floodlights. So each wicket is going to behave differently under lights. As Lakshman Manjrekar comes into bowl again, this time from the different end.
Oh, struck him on the pad. Bit of an appeal, but clearly sliding down leg. Ali Intizar is a big fella. Gets a big stride in.
When Shiju is umpiring, you can bet your horses it has to be plumb in front. He's very good with LBWs. He stands in the perfect position for the umpire.
This time cut away off the back foot into the gap. The cover sweeper will not clean it up. Ali Intizar has cracked this away for 4.
Well, he's half the deficit. They needed 8 runs before this, and he's cracked that to the boundary. The fielder has absolutely no chance. He was wrong-footed, and that goes for 4.
Sharjah on the doorstep of victory, thanks to that man on screen. 18 of 18, Ali Intizar. An excellent selection so far for Team Sharjah. Inside edge towards fine leg, but I think it will pull up. Yes, it does. So they'll just stick to 2. Was going for that big heave over cow corner to end the game. 20 of 19. Ali Intizar on strike. It's always a great feeling to hit the winning runs. Let's see if he can do it. Pump down the ground. They'll only take a single, so it's the youngster, the teenager, Ahmed Tariq, who has the opportunity of a lifetime.
Yes, absolutely. If he can get this ball away to the boundary, or at least get that single and that winning run, it'll do him a world of good. Then we talked about personal tragedies and how strong Ahmed Tariq has been. This will be so good for his confidence as he looks to play on the bigger stage.
Top edge, oh goodness me. Ahmed Tariq, on the verge of hitting the winning runs, has tried to play this over square leg. And a top edge, straightforward catch. And Lakshman Manjrekar picks up his 3rd wicket.
Well, Ahmed, we're a hat-trick away from a super over. Crazier things have happened on the cricket field, but very disappointing from Ahmed. He was looking to get that single, that winning hit to take his team over the line. 6 of 22. As he walks off dejected. Sharjah, 1 run away from a crucial victory.
It looks like a very poor score on the scorecard, but I can tell you from the eye test, this young man was very, very impressive. Knitted together a very important partnership with Ali Intizar. And they are on the doorstep of victory as the young Taik, the young champion, Ayan Khan, sprinting out to the middle.
You talk about young talent. You talk about fighters. You talk about stature. Might be short. He's got a big heart, Ayan. I'm really looking forward to following his career as he grows into what I can easily call a future captain of UAE.
Absolutely. He's a true three-dimensional cricketer. Bowls excellent left arm spin, electric in the field, and improving with the bat day by day.
If you can see, Ayan's telling Intizar, you need to go for a boundary. The captain wants a big hit.
And it is the stand-in captain of Dubai, Ronak Panoli, coming into bowl. Short ball edged away past the point fielder, and that would be victory for Sharjah in the matchup against Dubai by 2 wickets.
As that man, Intizar Ali, making his debut in the D Series tournament, bowling extremely well, and now has taken his team to victory. It was a dicey chase. They had lost quite a few wickets in the middle, but Intizar helping Team Sharjah through.
They were 55 for 3 at one stage, were absolutely reeling, but Rizwan CP steadied the ship, and they kept losing wickets steadily throughout. Umair Ali Khan hit a few big sixes to add some juice to the run chase, but it was that man, Ali Intizar, along with Ahmed Tariq and young Ayan Khan, to seal the victory for Sharjah, who take a massive step towards making the 2021 D50 semi-finals.
Yes, that will boost their position on the table. As we see these kids, they play with each other every day. It's good to see they enjoy each other's company, but this is a crucial win for Sharjah. They've been struggling a little bit with their batting, so for them to chase this total down, tricky total. Very interesting to see how this tournament is going to pan out, Ahmed, as the matches progress, with all the batting units except for Ajman struggling a little bit to put runs on the board.
Absolutely, two mouth-watering clashes coming up after this. It's the young Dubai team taking on Fujairah, packed with superstars, and Team Sharjah taking on table toppers Ajman, who have 3 wins out of 3. So the contest just keeps heating up. It keeps getting even better as we get closer to crunch time. Let's take a look at the Sharjah batting card then. Khalid Shah, 9 of 13, was run out to a sensational bit of fielding from Ahan Fernandez. Rohan Mustafa was belligerent in his form, was cracking boundaries over extra cover and on the offside for fun. 31 of 21. Mohammad Ikram, unfortunate run out, confusion with that man Rizwan CP, who played a very steadying hand. 43 of 75. Wasim Bari was trapped leg before for 8. Umair Ali Khan came in and blasted for massive sixes, and then was taken to an outstanding catch by Amir Hamza. 33 of 23. Sardar Behzad, 17 of 27, did the repair work with Rizwan, but eventually his patience ran out. Ali Intizar making 22 of 21 alongside Ahmed Tariq to finally put the run chase to bed.
And they did that in quick time, 37.1 overs, scoring 180 runs. As we look at that bowling card, Abdul Malik, an indifferent start from him, and Amir Hamza going for runs, but Amir Hamza taking that crucial wicket of Rohan Mustafa. Lakshman Pramod used in 2 spells, took 3 wickets. Joshki Anani getting some tap, and then taking that wicket of Umair, going for 41 runs in his 10 overs. Then Darshan Pagrani and Ronak Panoli bowling 4 overs apiece, going for exactly 18 runs, with Ronak Panoli taking the wicket of Rizwan CP, but just too little too late.
Indeed, at one stage they were 110 for 5. The match could have gone either way, but then Umair Ali Khan and Rizwan CP counter-attacked and settled the nerves in the Team Sharjah dugout. A very, very important victory for them. And back to the drawing board for Team Dubai. Let's take a look at the match summary then. Entertaining game on a hot, hazy Saturday early morning start in fact. Dubai won the toss and elected to bat first, could only get 179 runs, were bowled out in 44 overs. Lakshman Manjrekar, 37 of 25. Mohammad Hassan was very, very good at the crease, played an excellent cameo, 35 of 36. Abdul Malik, his seam bowling partner, getting 26 of 29, so it was a no-show from the Dubai batting. Rizwan CP, 4 for 24, was outstanding. Ayan Khan, 3 for 28, steady and reliable as always. And Ali Intizar, the offie, 2 for 39. In response, Sharjah have tracked down this target in 37.1 overs. Rizwan CP, 43 of 75. Umair Ali Khan, bright and breezy, 33 of 23. And Rohan Mustafa, the captain, came out as opener and smacked a few boundaries, 31 of 21. Lakshman Manjrekar, 3 for 32. Amir Hamza, 1 for 35. And left arm orthodox Jash Gianani 1 for 41 as well, as Sharjah won by 2 wickets. Let's take a look at the highlights then of the run chase. Abdul Malik came in and was immediately counter-attacked. Lovely punch through extra cover by Rohan Mustafa, who was in outstanding touch. Khalid Shah also off the back foot. That square cut looked really good. For once it looked like he would get a big score. But that man Rohan Mustafa, the captain, really climbed into Amir Hamza. Anything pitched up was smacked over extra cover. Did it consistently. That lofted drive through and over extra cover really peppered that area of the boundary. And this was an outstanding run out. Ahan Fernandez, bullseye, got the first wicket. But Rohan Mustafa did not change his mood, kept counter-attacking. Down the leg side this time, beat square leg once, kept going after Amir Hamza. This time again that trademark lofted extra cover drive, but then his luck finally ran out. A top edge, Lakshman Manjrekar snared it. That was a big wicket before the lunch break. Then we returned and the hard hitting continued. Rizwan CP, elegant and classy as always, but this was a big moment in the game. Both batsmen stranded at one end, 55 for 3. It felt like Team Dubai could make a game of it. And then Wasim Bari came in alongside Mohammad Ikram with Rizwan CP in turns. This was a big decision to make and given in favor of Lakshman Manjrekar, who had quite a day in the field. But then that man, Umair Ali Khan, coming out and smacking the ball for fun. Every time he went for those big lofted drives, the ball was sailing out of the park and over those grass banks. Massive sixes, at least 80 to 85 meter hits, if I estimate it conservatively. Really, really good swing of the bat. Rizwan CP also capitalized on any poor deliveries. But then Sardar Behzad also came out and had some fun against the spinners. Eventually he got cleaned up though. Excellent delivery. Ronak Panoli, the captain, came in and this was a great catch taken at extra cover. Lakshman Manjrekar producing the final wicket of Ahmed Tariq on the verge of victory. And in the end, it was Team Sharjah who sealed the win by 2 wickets.
All right, so welcome to the post-match ceremony.
So pretty much all set. An exciting day of cricket. 2 good sides battling till the very end. And eventually it was towards Team Sharjah that got the victory. We're ready for the post-match ceremony with Asim Sheikh.
All right, welcome to the post-match ceremony for this game between Dubai and Sharjah. What a game it was. Certainly a low-scoring match, but it went on to the wire. Courtesy to some good, resilient performance coming in from a couple of batsmen from Sharjah. They pulled through the line. I have alongside with me the captain of Team Dubai to have a quick chat. Ronak, please come forward. Ronak, things did not go in your favor. Tell us, what would you correct if you had, were you given a chance?
It's been a bit of an issue with us for the first 3 games, including today. Our top order has failed to convert their starts. That's what I feel. And in these kind of games, you need your top 5 to bat through the 35th over or such. And after that, that's when the middle order, the lower middle order, can come through and finish off. I felt like maybe 30-40 runs more. It was our game. 2 wickets more left, and then in these kind of situations, you can't save the runs in the 50 overs. You have to get all the wickets. You have to get them all out. So that's what I felt went wrong.
Well, tell us something about the wicket. Like when you guys played in the first innings and compared to the second innings, which one played a lot better in terms of the batting department?
I felt it was pretty similar, to be honest. There was a bit of spin. It got slower with as time progressed, as the ball got softer as well. We were getting a bit of grip, bit of turn as well. But I felt like our bowling and fielding was pretty exceptional. But again, we were failed by our batting, and I feel like we will come back stronger on that in the next game.
Well, we hope that you guys come back stronger. All the very best for the future games. I would now request the winning captain, Rohan Mustafa, to please come forward. Rohan, first of all, congratulations on the victory. I know it was a hot day, a tough outing for you guys again. But again, you guys pulled it off really nicely. How does this victory, push the morale up?
First of all, thanks to Allah. Yeah, of course, our team have a very good side. As you know, we played against Fujairah. We played really well. Yeah, we won 2 matches. One against CCB. We were thinking to win against them in some 30 overs to get our run rate high, so we can, if we win against Ajman, so we can top the table. But like as Ronak said, the ball gets softer, is hard to hit, and sometimes wind doesn't support you from one end, so it's quite hard to hit. But still, we are happy with 36 over. We chase it down, and the next match is very good for us. Playing against Ajman, it will be a very good match.
Definitely, it's going to be a very good match. Now, tell us about the conditions that you guys are playing. It's really challenging. But how, as a sportsman, that you come out of this and tackle this out?
To be honest, Asim, I don't feel anything. Alhamdulillah, I was training very hard in this out, and I was running like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. When I was running, everyone was watching like he's crazy man or something like that. But Alhamdulillah, that helping me a lot in this condition as well. So, but still, yeah, there is a lot of player who doesn't play 50 overs. They play just T20. I think it's very hard for them, but there is no other choice. You have to stand, and if you back yourself, you can stand. If you say it's hard, so it is very hard then.
Well, that's some advice coming in for the young generation and those who don't train hard and go by the advice. All the very best for the future games, Rohan.
Thank you very much, Hasan.
Now it's time to head to the man of the match. Now the adjudicator was the match referee. Now Tehseen Javed has decided to go for that man who picked up 4 wickets in the first innings and got crucial 43 runs while they were chasing it out. It is Rizwan CP of Sharjah. Rizwan, first of all, congratulations. Please come forward. Please come forward. First of all, congratulations on that particular performance that you have put in. Tell us something about how tough the situations were, and then how strongly were you prepared to come out of it.
First of all, I would like to thank Almighty Allah. I was able to do well for the team, and as you said, it was really tough conditions out there because we are not used to play in the hot sun, obviously. Especially in my part, I was, as I said before in the interview also, I was in the hometown. I was hardly in the sun. So for me, it was really challenging, but I'm just getting used to that. I'm sure with time, I'll be able to adapt much better.
Well, you come from a very strong technical background in terms of your batting. That performance that came in against Ireland, I mean, do you think that you were put into a similar sort of situation today when your entire team was backing on you to stick around right till the end?
Yeah, actually, as you were asking last time, like we were having a plan. As Ronnie said, we were planning to chase down at 30 overs. But in my mind, I was little hesitant because I know how it was behaving the wicket. Especially I bowled myself, so I know it's not that easy to hit down the ground because it's holding a little. I knew it's not that easy, so I took the responsibility on my part that I will try to play the anchor role and let others play around me. So I almost did, but I'm little disappointed that I didn't carry the innings off. But I'm sure I'll learn from this and try to put up a much better show next time.
Well, Rizwan, one last question. Was it much easier to bat in the first innings, or comparatively was it easier to bat in the second one?
I would say the wind plays a big role in the second innings because afternoon time wind blows almost one side. So literally you have to close out that area, I mean that end of the ground. So it's a little tricky for the batsman batting second. But, having a target in mind makes slightly things easier. That's it, I would say.
Well, once again, an extraordinary performance. We hope that you guys continue in person this performance in the rest of the tournament and the coming season. All the very best.
Thanks a lot, Asim. Take care.
That's it from the post-match ceremony. We'll head back to the commentary box.
Thank you very much, Asim, as Rizwan CP rightly named man of the match for this clash between Dubai and Sharjah. Just taking a look at the standings then. Ajman ruling the roost, 3 wins out of 3. But Sharjah are getting up there as well. They've got 2 wins out of 3 on 6 points. Fujairah also right up there, another much fancied side. 2 wins out of 3 for them. Emirates Blues and Dubai are fighting for that 4th semi-final spot. It's very, very close at number 4 and number 5 in the table. The net run rate differences are almost negligible. And Abu Dhabi, the unfortunate wooden spoon for them. 3 wins and 3 losses. Their chances are extremely slim. It will depend on other results. But there it is. Ajman, Sharjah, Fujairah almost into the semi-finals. And Emirates Blues and Dubai fighting to get in as well. And of course, we have to remind you that the broadcasters of this tournament, it is being broadcast live and exclusive on Dubai Sports, Dubai Racing, and the YouTube live stream of the Emirates Cricket Board. From the 6th onwards, we will be live and unfiltered on TV at Dubai Sports and Dubai Racing. So do tune in for the first time seeing live cricket on the terrestrial channels. This tournament will be produced and shown there completely, and we'll start with Team Ajman taking on Team Sharjah on the 6th of September, live from the Dubai Sevens Cricket Stadium. That's all for today, so join us on the 6th. Till then, see you later.
It's not about the hand you're dealt.
It's not about your opponent.
It's how you play the game. Do you play for glory?
Do you play for fame?
Or do you just play to win? Wolf777, where winners play.